It's you.
It's me, and it's you. My partner in crime. We're back together.
We're back.
Finally, after a month.
I am in a state of euphoria. That's how I feel. Not that, I had a lot of nice adventures while I didn't see you. And I guess what? We had 3 weeks when we were not live here. And then we had last week with Joanie.
We were not live for 3 weeks? That's not true.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it really true?
Yeah, we canceled last minute on pretty much each week. Right? Because
I know we canceled the first 2 because we were like, you were gone and I was gone. Like there was no fixing that.
No, I think it was 3.
No, I think you were on with somebody else.
Just Joanie. Really? Did I have another special guest?
I think you did. Hold on. Who was it?
No, you're just making that up.
I am making that up, maybe.
You're totally.
You canceled the week before last? I didn't know that. I have not been online, like minimal onlining in the last month.
No, I asked you every time. I was going to say conniption fit. I don't know why I was going to say that, but what I meant to say is we communicated every week. It's just that the whole thing has just gone by too fast.
I know.
So, it's just, I'm just going to just kind of relax into it.
Okay.
I'm just going to
do that.
Just relax.
Christina Estes is relaxing.
Yes, and if I relax, then everybody else can relax. But
welcome back, you guys, to 11th Hour Radio on WFVR LP 96.5. Coming to you live from South Royalton, Vermont. Royalton Community Radio. Christina Estes, Emily Howe. We have been apart for a month. And now all is well again.
I didn't say my name last week.
You're too devastated?
I was. I couldn't even say my name. But it's okay. I said Joanie's name, and I said it twice. But here's something that's kind of funny.
What?
Let me just turn this up, because I like to... There we go. Now I can hear it a little bit better. So...
I'm just going to check my armpit for ticks while you're saying whatever you're going to say.
You do that, yeah.
I just realized I haven't
Yeah,
today.
so Joanie Cole came, writer. She's a writer. For people who didn't hear that show, it was really cool. You should go back and listen to it.
I listened to half of it, and then I had to go to sleep, because I need sleep lately.
Well, I'm glad you made that decision. I'm sure that was the right decision for you, and you'll go back and listen to the other half.
I went out on the last music track, though, so I only missed the very end.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. But looking back on it, I can see what a completely clueless, lousy host I can be with Joanie. And
I thought you were good. You had all these questions to ask.
Yeah, but here's the thing, is that before we went on the air, she was telling me a story about how she was a keynote speaker at a conference and how bad her introduction was. Like they were just reading her bio for the first time as they introduced her, and she was keynote speaker. So then, we go on the air and I say, hey, I'm here with Joanie. You're a writer, right? And that was it. That was like the extent of my introduction. So nothing about
Whatevs. Do we bill ourselves as awesomely perfect?
Not at all.
Right. So I think you did very well, considering.
I know. We don't even bill ourselves as credible.
No.
Or intelligent.
In fact, we bill ourselves as mostly the opposite.
And often we say how misinformed we are.
Yeah. Yeah. The disclaimer.
Yeah. But I did put a link to Joanie's website on Facebook. And she's really smart and she's really nice, and you should read her books.
If I ever had time to read again, I might.
Yeah. You don't look like somebody who reads.
I do. I was a reader. I was a bookworm growing up. I need glasses because I've trained my eyes only to see up close print.
Really?
Yeah.
But look what's become of you.
Look at me.
You're wearing
I'm
a dance outfit. Now
my cool.
You have your Nikes with orange and hot
These
pink.
are not Nikes. These are New Balance. You can't confuse Nike and New Balance. They both do start with an N, but I guess no sneaker company has copyrighted the letter N yet. So they both.
Okay.
No, Nike doesn't even use an N. They just have that swoop.
Oh.
That check mark swoop. Whoosh.
Yeah, you teach dance, so you would know about sneakers. I don't have any on. But I just wear my Converse.
I wear Converse a lot, but they aren't supportive for dance. They're flat and they make my feet make floppy flipper sounds when I walk in the gym.
Yeah.
They're good for outdoors.
I understand.
Okay, just so you do.
That's lame, but I don't understand. Just can't. There's nothing I can do about the way.
So what have you been doing without me? I didn't even hear about your trip to New York yet, and this is how far back I haven't seen you.
Well, here's the thing is I did so much personal growth while we were apart. Oh
my God. Remember how I was emailing you frantically because my website is down? I went and did the thing that you said to switch our credit card number thing. It's still, and they were like, thank you, you're paid, you're all, and every time we go to the dashboard, it says, it's fine, it's paid, but the website still is nowhere. It's nowhere. I need your help again.
Yeah, okay. I could, while we're on the air.
No, you don't have to do it right now. Well, I just figured that I would forget if I didn't tell you right now because I have been meaning to tell you for weeks and I keep forgetting because I don't see you. But
yeah,
okay, go back.
You didn't just tell me. You just told everybody who's listening.
Now it's out there.
Now there's no way that I'm going to avoid helping you.
Right. Okay, go back to your personal growing when you're in New York.
Okay, so let's see. Well, I went to see my mother.
Yes.
I don't really know how to take vacations. So what I do instead of taking vacations is I go and I see my mom. And, when I get there and I try to accomplish something for her each time I go. So the things that I accomplished is, one, I helped her clean out her closet because she had all these cotton turtlenecks. I mean,
I have a lot of those too.
Well, she had 30 on hangers.
All right.
Isn't that a funny way to keep a turtleneck?
It's really hard to get a turtleneck on a hanger. You have to go up from the bottom with the hanger. Otherwise, you stretch the neck all out.
Well, I know, and that kind of showed me that she probably didn't wear any of them. She probably wore that rotated the same 3. That's my guess. Mm-hmm. So we went through the closet. That was good. And I realized that there's nobody else in her life that would go through her closet with her. I am the only one. Wow. That was sort of a huge realization that I had. And then I got her to take meals in a different dining room. Where she lives, there are different dining rooms, and there's the one that's closest to assisted living, and that's the one that she always goes to because she just basically has to walk around the corner to get to it.
Oh, yeah, no. You should send her to the furthest away one so she has to walk further.
So we went to the cafe.
Nice.
That sounds fun, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's go to the cafe for dinner, Mom.
I've been eating cafeteria food for a month now, and I'm so over it. Yeah, I never get up in time to get myself and my kids ready to go to school. So I get my kids ready, and then I throw on the spandex, and I just run to school. So I don't pack my own lunch or anything. I just have been eating lunch at school. You know what? We have a really good school cook, but the quality of cafeteria food in this state it doesn't even register on the quality scale. It's really sad.
It depends on the schools. I think some schools have the wherewithal to sort of organize local farmers to...
Yeah, and we do participate in the farm to school program, but we don't really have enough funding to do it more than like once a month. So occasionally we have some local ingredients, but mostly it's sort of the government issued cardboard ingredients that our poor school cook has to work with and make magic to make it edible. And it's not. She does her very, very best. And it's as close to edible as you can get with non-edible ingredients. But, like, I feel bad because a lot of those kids this is what they're eating for the day, and that's it. And it's not food.
I know. Don't get me started.
It's hard to be in a school system in a town that's mostly below poverty, like, all the time, and watch this stuff and know that there's not a lot I can do about it right now.
Yeah, no, it's the same in hospitals, unfortunately.
Oh, yes, hospital food's terrible.
I don't know why that is. Hospitals and schools are so far behind the curve.
What was the food like at your mom's assisted living place?
Well, it's not very good, but the cafe is a little bit better. Although it's the same food service. It's one of those
just presented differently?
Well, maybe 10 years ago, I think some big food company came in and sort of took over the whole food service for this place. And the quality of the food went down, and some of the residents tried to fight it, but they just didn't. You can't fight against these big corporations. These are, decisions that are driven by monetary necessity, I guess, so-called necessity.
Poop heads.
Poop heads. That's enough of that. I was just trying to tell you
how
much I grew.
That was your second change.
Yeah, well, I didn't really grow. I didn't grow. I mean, I didn't grow in any way that anybody would ever notice except for me.
I might notice you're growing.
Really? Because I feel different. I feel different this month. I mean, if we went back to the beginning of April, I think I was a different person than I am now in the middle of May.
It's like Alice in Wonderland.
It is, and life is like that. And this weather, especially like when it's really bright outside, but there's dark clouds, it gives you
dramatic.
It feels like you're in a dream world.
It's nice. This is great photography light right now, by the way. Did you have a big old lightning storm at your house last night?
Yeah. I tried to take pictures of it.
Oh, I just went under the covers and hid because I'm afraid.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, we got some kind of cool pictures.
It worked? Did you do like a time-lapse thing? So you held...
No, I just tried to hit the shutter when the lightning went off, and it was long enough. Some of it was long enough.
Set it on a railing or something, and leave it open. Leave your lens just open for about 10 seconds, and then hope that you catch one. I took some nice stuff years ago, but I haven't in a long time because I don't really. Now I'm scared of the lightning, so I don't really.
What do you mean now you're scared? You just
I've gotten more scared of things as I've aged.
Why? Like what?
Because I feel like my mortality clinging onto me as I get older. Like every year I age, I'm closer to death, and I don't want to speed that up by some other.
I think I should set up a counseling service for people your age because you're like the second person in the last 24 hours that's around 40 who has been telling me how they're really struggling with aging issues.
Well, you go from this place where if somebody that one of your contemporaries in your age bracket, if somebody dies, it's from some freak accident or some weird thing. And now I'm getting to the age where you read the obituaries, and occasionally, more and more often, every year, you see people just dying of kind of natural things closer to this age. Oh, they had a heart attack. Oh, that was kind of young. Or, oh, they had cancer. I'm getting to the point now, every year closer, more people my age die.
Right.
See what I mean?
Right.
See what I mean? So it starts to weigh a little heavier on you.
I see.
Before it was a wicked rare thing. Whoa, if somebody died, it was car crash or a giant exploding hot air balloon or something.
It's what happens by the time you get to my age is that you start thinking really positively in certain ways about death. You start thinking, oh, let me cast off this mortal shell, and that's going to be not a terrible experience.
No, I'll be fine when I'm old and I know it's coming, and I'm just whatever, I'm going to die one day here.
When you're my age, you'll be fine with it.
You're not even you're 10 years older than me.
Bring it on.
You could have, if I was a baby, you could have been a little girl carrying me around on your hip and being like, come on, Emily, let's go to... You would have been like my older sister babysitter person.
Yeah.
No, just because you're not.
You can say
that
it.
much
I
older.
could have been your mom.
No, you couldn't have
Yes,
been my mom.
I could have.
Did you start your period when you were like 8?
I'm 20 years older than you.
No, you're not. I'm just going to pretend you didn't say that
okay.
because it doesn't make any sense. You're not for real. Maybe the years, but you're not actually.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
The kids at school all think I'm like a million years old. There's kids are so honest, but they're also so damn rude. Oh my God. Like, I've had babies, so I have the pooch, and I'm a dance teacher. I'm in pretty decent shape, but no matter what I do, the pooch will never leave because it's a stretched out baby pouch. That's
actually, can I just tell you?
What?
And we have this conversation
I know.
a lot.
I know.
That you, out in the world, you're considered very slim. So when you say that, it sort of reflects on the rest of us that we're obese.
No, I'm just saying, here's what the little kids say. The kids who have no filters, like I come in and I'm wearing like my leggings and my dance tops or whatever, and the kindergartners and first grades kids, usually girls, always come over and they poke me in the stomach and they say, "Are you pregnant?" They ask me this like daily.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. Girls are so,
and I'm like,
girls.
No.
Think about it. I would say that the stomach gets more attention from female consciousness than any other part of the body.
It's just weird that like a 5-year-old can make me feel bad about my body.
Well, and Google can make me feel bad because I get ads all the time on my sidebar that say,
that like cartoon
stomach.
of the shrinking stomach that happens.
Yes, I get that. And then I say, there's the ones about mouth wrinkles and chest wrinkles, and it's really
yeah.
I realize now you can close those ads. There's a little X in the corner. You can actually close them, and then they ask you, "Well, we're so sorry you didn't like this ad," and then you get a multiple choice, and you get to say why you didn't like it. And so I just say it's inappropriate. And then then I get the same ads over and over, and so finally I just say it's repetitive, and then I go back to saying it's inappropriate, but they just keep coming.
Weirdness.
So I finally, I know. I think I wrote a letter to Truthdig. Truthdig is a really good online news source, and these ads were popping up like wildfire on Truthdig. So I actually wrote them a letter and said, "Do you know that this happens on your site?" So hopefully
Did they ever write back to you? Something's crawling on me. What is it?
Everybody has tick paranoia.
I know.
It's crazy.
I have been pulling
People
them
relax
off left and right. We didn't have ticks at our house until this week. Like everybody else down low has been saying ticks.
Do we have to talk about ticks?
No, but we didn't have any, and I was kind of all braggy. I was like, we don't have ticks at our house. Like we lived in some sort of special magical tick void in the universe, but they just must come a little bit later into the higher elevations because now we have them.
We're going to be okay with this tick thing. It's not.
I just check every day. Everyone's freaking out if a tick is even on them. They're trying to get antibiotics, and that's silly.
I would recommend don't do that every time.
No,
just relax. We're going to solve this problem.
Yeah.
So you think positively. It's gonna come around. So I do have a spelling word for you.
Okay, hold on.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Go.
Disastrous.
Oh,
this one really screwed me up today.
Disastrous.
I looked at it and I just hate it when, even when I know it's wrong, I can't figure out how to correct it.
I have to write it again. Disastrous.
Come on, you're taking too long.
Disasterous. Have I ever gotten a spelling word right?
Yes, you get them right. I'd say you're 60-40. I think you actually get them right a lot of the time.
Because that's like
you get traumatized by the times that you don't know how to do it, and then that's what you remember.
All right. Well, spell it to me then.
You can't correct it knowing that it's wrong. You can't figure out what you did wrong just from trial and error.
Does disaster stay the same?
Spell it again, the way that you think it goes.
Disasterous.
Okay, what could possibly be wrong with that? Just this is what I couldn't figure out.
I don't know.
That's it.
Disaster.
You're onto it.
Oh? No. Disaster.
Think even simplify.
Disaster.
Get rid of stuff.
Just an R? We go straight to the R?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Can you believe
The
that?
English language is BS.
Mm-hmm. I don't know
Disastrous.
Stress.
Why do they just eliminate a letter? Just for the
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it?
I hear you. I feel your pain.
Who even invented all this? Who made the spelling of everything?
God.
No. The Bible is ridiculously misspelled.
Yeah, but the Bible came after God by a long shot.
Has anyone ever seen a picture of God? We see Jesus all the time, you know.
You're not supposed to see God unless you're Catholic.
We pretend that he's like some blonde, glossy Fabio white man in a nightgown. So what about God? What's he supposed to look like?
Charlton Heston?
Maybe. Judi Dench. Dench? I think God looks like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think God's really something that you look at. God is something you experience.
Odd, though. Like, why are there so many pictures of Jesus and none of God?
Well, just because people like to make up stories.
And there's that whole Holy Ghost thing, right? Because that's the Trinity. Why do we only get to see one of them? Jesus is the only one that's, like, visible.
You haven't seen the Spirit?
What? Is it going to rain? If I have to drive back to school in a lightning storm, I'm going to pee my pants.
Wait, what does a soul look like?
I think it's like a colored rainbow bubble thing, like an aura, like what those people see around you.
So like when you're having a migraine headache?
Yeah,
and you
like
see
those
that
little trippy like waves of color that come off. Maybe?
Yeah, so maybe you're getting to see a little bit of your soul when you have a migraine.
I don't really know.
That would be kind of cool to think of it that way. Might help.
I don't think you see. I don't think you see those every time you have a migraine. You only see them if you have an optical migraine.
Yeah.
What is that racket? Are those little kids like taking this building down?
That's one of those plastic bikes. Those plastic bikes on gravel.
A Power Wheels. A Big Wheels. That kind?
Yeah.
That they sit down low and have the handlebars up high like a Harley Davidson.
That was kind of the only plastic thing that I let my kids have.
We had those too.
We had it for a while. Then we graduated to the metal tricycle.
I knocked my front teeth out on a Hot Wheels.
Oh, you did?
I was, you'd stick your feet way out to the side and let it roll down a hill, and then I hit like a rock or a log at the bottom and smashed my face into the handlebars and took my front teeth out. But they were the baby teeth. They came back in a few years.
Oh, good.
They're here now.
Yeah.
Here comes the train.
Here's the train.
I can't see it today because somebody shut those shades in back of you, but
I'll tell you.
I'll just imagine
I'll tell you when it goes by. Okay. I'll give you the signal, okay? It's taking a long time to get here, way longer than usual. Okay, get ready. Get ready. Here it comes. Okay. Here it comes. It's almost here. God, it's taking a long time.
It's going slow. Maybe you can't see it. Maybe there's leaves now. There's leaves now.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. I saw Joanie who didn't really care about your train. I saw you trying to get her, or I listened to you trying to get her excited about the train. She didn't
I got really poetic.
I don't think she really understood your obsession with the train.
Well, she lives in the big city, so she probably gets to hear trains a lot.
Oh, I see.
Anybody who lives around trains, it's not such a big deal, but I'll just never forget being in Chester, Montana, and waking up in the middle of the night, hearing that train coming into town, and just the whole experience of lying in bed and hearing in the dark and hearing it come into town and then hearing it leave town. Wow.
There were probably hobos on that train.
I don't know if you can do that anymore, can you?
I think so.
Really? It's harder.
I think
it's harder to be a hobo.
Yeah, hobo days are limited.
This is not a very hobo-friendly world that we live in.
No.
Let's put it that way. Okay, time for a track of music.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah, it's hard to kind of get back into the swing and feel like we know what we're doing because, and when we come back from the song that I am about to play, we are going to say what our sponsors are.
Oh, we have sponsors now. I'm so excited.
We have such amazing sponsors, but there's some rules about you can't say that you endorse a sponsor, I think. We're going to have to go back and read the rules. So don't take a misstep and don't say, oh, I love that
But what if we do? Because I read who our sponsors were, and I do love them.
Well, I do too, but we can say that before we've actually said who they are, because it could be anybody at this point. But when we actually say them, we're just going to say who they are. Right? Can you...
We don't thank them? What's the deal?
No, we can thank them. We can't say, oh yeah, I go there all the time.
Why aren't we allowed to endorse a sponsor if we truly actually do endorse a sponsor? Like, we endorse all kinds of crap in here.
Let's just keep it simple this week.
And they're not...
You can next week we'll have it organized and you can...
All right, okay.
All right.
You didn't... What is this?
Just listen.
There's a light in the window, darling one, darling one. There's a light in the window, darling one. It will shine on forever through darkness and bad weather to light your way home, darling one. There's a cool breeze a-blowing through my heart, through my heart. There's a cool breeze a-blowing through my heart. Golden leaves were falling gently through the yard, like the last time I held you in my arms. Well, no one ever knows what lies down the road. My love travels with you no matter where you go. There's a light in the window, darling one, to light your way home, darling one. I can't teach you to fly, darling one, darling one. I can't teach you to fly, darling one. But if you put away the strings and realize you have wings, will you fly back to me, darling one? No one ever knows what lies down the road, but my love travels with you no matter where you go. There's a light in the window, darling one, to light your way home, darling one. To light your way home, darling one.
All right. Light in the window. Now, that could have been Mark Struhsacker. I didn't actually check. This is really about as lame as it gets. God. I just looked up the playlist on my iPad and I said, this sounds good. And of course, iTunes won't tell me who it is because it's not from the iTunes store. You know what I mean?
I think our window is going to blow.
I actually closed that one because we're having a big windstorm here.
What is happening outside? I feel like we're going to be lifted away to Oz in a minute.
That's fun.
Sorta. It's a little scary. Why does the sky look so ominous? Now, before it was dramatic. Now it's just ominous. Now it's threatening. I feel like nature is out to get me. Like I feel like that's how I'm going to die. Nature's going to do something bad to me.
You want to talk about death again?
No, I'm sorry. It's just I feel like I'm going to be struck by lightning. I'm going to be stuck and drowned somewhere, which is weird because I barely ever swim.
I just don't worry about it now. There's so much to do between now and then.
Well, what if the lightning is right now? Then I have...
It's really unlikely.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll protect you.
Thank you. You are a little bit taller, so the lightning might hit you first.
Yeah, I'm going to protect you as much as I can in this life. I will protect you from
Thanks, Christina.
Things that are coming after you.
From nature.
Yeah,
you kind of have a direct line with nature, being a gardening lady.
Yeah. So I'm just going to cast this good spell out around you and around everyone who's listening. This is a big inclusive spell.
Are you a witch?
I don't know.
Oh, I forgot how much I missed. Just being on air saying stupid things with you.
It's such a sense of freedom, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like driving a car really fast.
I don't do that. You could die.
Well, I don't like to do that either, but I like to do this. And there's
Me
some
too.
people that drive cars fast that would never, ever, ever do this. So it's all a matter of personal taste.
That's true.
So,
Oh, you said we were gonna... Sorry, I don't mean to be yawning. It's the first time I've sat
You
down.
always
in,
do it. You
No,
always
but
do
this
that.
is literally the first time I've sat down in like a month.
I know. Now I take it as a compliment. I know you're not
It means
yawning.
I'm relaxed and
I know that
happy.
you're not yawning at me.
No.
You're yawning with me.
I have a yawning problem.
No, you don't.
I do.
You
Once
have a
I start
tiredness
thinking about
problem.
it, once I start thinking about yawning, I feel like I have to yawn more. It's
Okay.
like it's a tick. Oh my God, maybe I have some sort of like psychological problem. It's like
There's
the yawning version of Tourette's syndrome.
narcolepsy. That's
I
where you
think
fall
every
asleep.
man in the world has narcolepsy. It takes me a while to settle down and go to sleep, but men are just like out the second they put their head down.
Yeah, but that's because, well, I know why.
I'm not talking about sex. I'm just talking about in general, like anywhere.
No, I wasn't either. I was just thinking that, well, a lot of times women are the ones who kind of do the last stuff at night. And it's kind
I
of,
think I just have more in my brain.
it's almost a nice feeling to be falling asleep while you know somebody else is tidying up or doing the dishes. I used to go to sleep when I was a kid listening to my mom turn the dishwasher on.
Yeah.
That was a nice sound. I liked it.
Does she have a little kitchen in her assisted living facility, or does she have no
No.
dishes at all?
No.
What about snacks? What if she wants a snack?
No snacks. No.
I couldn't live in a world without snacks.
Well, she lives very
No
much.
wonder people don't want to move into those places.
She is so frugal and so her life is so abstemious, and that's who she is.
Does she even at least have a little refrigerator?
No, this is like it's like a hospital hall, but it's not. It's not even the nursing section. It's just a place where you can live independently, but they watch over you. And there's nurses.
But she doesn't even get a little
with
refrigerator.
carts. No, she doesn't get a little refrigerator. She doesn't even want to take an apple back to her room. She thinks that it'll get mice in her room. She won't have any food ever in her room, ever.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't live like that.
I need to be like surrounded by food to feel secure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, so and I have my friend from Denmark is visiting, and
She's still here.
she's Kendra's friend.
I know.
Friends.
Yeah. Well,
She's
she works
friends
with Molly
Kendra's
and
friend.
she works with Ricky in Denmark, right?
Isn't that amazing?
It is really
I think
weird.
it's so amazing because you know how we wanted to verify that this was actually true. So I went to Myra's video where she's jumping into the cold water in Denmark.
Right.
And her friends were in it. I could remember that her friends were in it. So we went to watch. And yeah, so Nana said, oh, absolutely, that's them.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing because you know how I met her.
How?
I met her. She just very completely randomly came to my Airbnb last year.
Bizarre.
Yeah, there's no connection.
Did she get sent to this area by Molly and Ricky as like, oh, go vacation there?
I don't think so.
She must have, because what other connection would she have?
Well, you can search
this area?
Airbnb, and my place looks kind of interesting,
It is interesting.
you know. But she's in the music industry.
I like their name is Nana.
Yeah, it's a great name,
Like,
like Anna,
yeah, but
but Anna.
like,
Don't say banana.
I didn't.
You were going to. I could see it.
I have a niece named Anna, and I call her Anna Banana.
Well, of course. Don't you think my daughter Anna's been
Anna
called-
Banana?
Yes, her whole life.
Did you do it? That doesn't seem like
No,
a you kind of
I
name.
decided not. What? You mean did I name her Anna?
No. Did you call her Anna Banana?
No, I did not because
didn't think
everybody
so.
else did, so I was not going to do it. I was a sign of respect that I would not do that to her.
Did you say Anna? I'm trying to think of what else rhymes with Anna.
I have other nicknames for her.
Anna Lama Bing Bong.
No, it has nothing to do with her name, Anna.
Oh, yeah. My kids' nicknames don't have anything to do with their name either.
Yeah, it's better that way.
But working in the school, I see my kids every day, which is fabulous. I love spending time with them, but sometimes I accidentally let their nicknames slip in front of their friends.
Uh-oh.
Like, I said, bye, Squeaker, the other day to Ira, and all of his friends immediately went like, Squeaker.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would call him that. It's just, I don't know.
Well, it makes sense when they're really little. You give them some cute name when they're little, and then they grow, and then it has sort of retains that early flavor of infantilism.
But now Ira's best friend is named as Hamster Squeaker, so I thought that was nice. Rather than picking on him, he named his hamster that.
Oh, that's really nice. So it's a kind of affirmation.
I guess.
If you're going to name your pet your friend's name, that's an honor.
We had the whole school come up to our house on Wednesday this week they do an annual farm field trip to our house while we shear the sheep. And at one point, you won't like this story, but I'll tell it anyway. At the end of the day, we do a big hike to the top of our hill before the bus comes to get them. And our dog was in heaven. Like, our dog Maeve was just, tons of kids, and they're all eating their lunches on the ground and feeding her bits. And she's just laying there and being pet by everybody and wandering from group to group and just so happy because kids are down, one group's at the pond and one group's here. She was just running back and forth excited. So she's leading the way on the hike up to the top of the hill at the end of the day. And somewhere in the woods up there was a little fawn that was stillborn, and it was all covered with bugs and stuff. But Maeve found it and thought it was just the best present to bring back to these children. So she's like proudly trotting along, holding this dead, rotting, stillborn fawn in her mouth. And luckily, most of the kids did not notice. The kids are so in their own little skipping along bubble.
Yeah.
They don't even notice that a dog is carrying a rotten carcass by them.
Right.
And John and Eli managed to grab Maeve, scoop her off to the side, and dispose of the little fawn before any children were traumatized.
It seems like Eli is such a good helper. He takes this whole attitude that he's the, part of the team.
He is such a good helper. And around the farm, he does like adult work. And I never have really made him. I never wanted, when John was a kid growing up, he felt, it's funny because he still loves the farm, but he felt forced into working there. Like he felt like he was slave labor growing up because he was the only one that really was always there and really liked farm work too. So he was always sort of pressed into service. And he has been very sensitive about, let's not force the kids constantly to do all the farm chores. Like obviously they have chores that they have to do. All kids should do chores, but we've never tried to be like, you have to do this all day, kind of thing. But Eli wants to, and he has always does a full man's work, like every opportunity can. That's super helpful to us. He's a good boy.
Yeah, so Wilder's coming up this week.
Oh, really?
To help with get ready for Brandon's wedding.
Yes. Oh, they need to come to my house and get all their benches and tables and dishes and... Oh, they're supposed to be taking the lawn games, too, except for during the field trip, the kids broke some of them, so we may have to juggle that part around. Christina's hosting a wedding at her house in like 2 weeks?
No, it's in a week.
Oh, my God. They better get their butts up to my house and get their stuff.
Yeah, they will. They're going to just do it in a big rush next week, I'm sure.
Oh, God.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
That's why Wilder's coming back up from New York to do it.
That's nice of him.
Okay, sponsor time.
Sponsor time!
But I'm
not going to say anything nice about them. Right.
Yeah. So, do you know who they are? Did you memorize it?
No, I didn't memorize it, but I read it, and it was...
First one starts with H, and it sounds like your name.
Hemily?
Oh, come on.
What?
No. Be smart.
That's as smart as I can get, Christina.
What? You have another name.
Starts with an H, and it sounds...
You have another name.
How?
Yes.
Oh, Howville Farms. I'm sorry.
Yes. Thanks to our sponsor, Howville Farms.
That's like part of my family.
Thank you.
Distant cousins.
Thank you, Howville Farms.
Thank you, Howville Farms.
Okay,
do you think they sponsored us because my name is How?
Yes.
No. Yes?
I think somebody manipulated that.
Great.
And it just so happened that we're thanking them from the bottom of our heart.
Yeah, we are.
Because we just have love for our sponsors.
You're not supposed to say... I thought you're not supposed to say
no,
things
I'm
that are
not
nice
saying
about
I
them.
have any personal experience with them. I'm just saying I love them.
I'm a How.
That should be all right.
You have... Okay, all right, fine. Continue.
You have a kind of familial love for them, whereas I have a more dispassionate kind of appreciation. So, that's good. Okay, so the other starts with Green Mountain. Do you know what that is? That one? Green Mountain? Green Mountain. Starts with a G.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because I sent you the names of the
I
sponsors.
know that one
You're
is the
supposed to
grease. What?
Yes, you've got it. See, you did read my...
I know I read it.
You
Now I'm on the spot. You're making...
You said the word.
It's
Say it.
the Green Mountain Grease Initiative or something.
Collective. That was close. That was good.
I know.
I'm actually impressed.
It's IV on the end.
Because we love that Grease Collective a lot. Just
When you drive behind a car
with
with grease, it's like you're following fast food wagon.
What do you mean?
It smells like French fries cooking.
Oh, you mean a car that doesn't run on regular gasoline?
Right, I know that. I know that's slightly off the topic, but
grease.
it's the grease. It's the same.
So
it's kind
that's
of on
what
the,
the
same
Grease
topic.
Collective is about? Putting grease in your car? Like going
I
getting
think they
French
gather
fry
it
grease
and then
putting...
and sell it, don't they? Isn't that their deal?
That's so cool. I love French fries, too.
I do, too.
I mean, I support French fries.
You're endorsing them.
I am not. I'm saying I just love is a universal emotion that we can feel. Should we so choose?
All right.
And a sponsor is a person, just like a corporation. Not.
Corporation is not.
Okay.
a person.
Last sponsor.
Okay.
You get one
But
more
not
chance to
least.
be brilliant.
I think I've been as brilliant as...
You're stopping there. Cut your losses. Okay. This one's, come on, this is obvious. This has to do with...
Todd? Tyson's? Is it his painting company? It is, right?
No.
What
He
is
has
it?
another thing.
How many companies does one man have?
He can have as many as he wants.
I have a lot, though.
I do too.
Does he have as many as I have?
He has multiples like we do. He's the same kind of multi-entrepreneurial disaster.
Todd Tyson. Let's see what else does he have.
No, but this organization has been going. It actually moved.
Oh, his Mountain Folk.
Yes. And I happen to know that Mountain Folk started... Well, I can't remember if it was actually called Mountain Folk, but he started presenting music in Pennsylvania or somewhere. I'm so knowledgeable. No, I remember when he moved to town and he brought his concert promoting business with him. And now he's turned it into a Vermont
It's pretty cool.
thing.
Didn't mean to endorse you, Todd.
Can
we endorse Todd? We love Todd. Todd puts up with our awfulness and our slacker DJing, and he helps us whenever we break something, which is often.
But obviously, we're showing him that we can up our game a little bit by including sponsors.
Does he know he's sponsoring us? Is he sponsoring us on purpose?
Yeah, because
he does love us after all.
No, you
after
know
all
why?
we put him
no,
through.
I wouldn't interpret it that way at all.
Oh.
I would say that he put the least. No one's going to get. He's the one that's going to get mad if we were bad in terms of.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
He's saving the other sponsors from the embarrassment of dealing with us.
Exactly. So
wow.
So
See, you know what?
What?
He's the grease guy too.
You didn't have to say that.
Sorry, I think he is.
He is.
What's the other one?
So
He's not How.
No,
he's
but
not a How. Oh, but they can't get really mad at me either because
you're
they
a How.
are related to me.
Well, so I think.
Oh man,
Actually-
now we've delved into the bottom of this sponsorship.
Well, I thought about it a lot, and I really appreciated the fact that board meeting they made some good decisions, and one of those complex decisions that they executed was to give us 3 sponsors that we couldn't go wrong with. So I feel
Good.
like a grown-up now because I've actually
You understand the
acknowledged,
strategy.
and I've acknowledged sponsors on the air, which
That's
I feel
pretty
makes me
good.
feel like a grown-up somehow.
Yeah.
Great. I'm feeling just off the charts, and it's time for another song.
What are you going to put on now?
Let's see. I've got one clear moment here.
Is this Julie?
No, but that's funny you said that because the last song is going to be Julie. This is George.
Oh,
George wrote this, George White,
cool.
and he performs it.
Oh, is this on the Wagtail album?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Blacktop's wet, sun's fading from the west. Traffic is slow and it's making me stressed. Another crazy day on the merry-go-round. Throw out the anchor 'cause I wanna slow down. I've got an hour and 10, but it takes 1 1/4. Get back to the car and go pick up my daughter. She's growing so fast, soon she won't be around. Father time's at the wheel and he won't slow down. When I was a little boy, the moments used to come to me. Laying in the tall grass, watching honeybees. Now the calendar fills up, my list hangs to the ground. Cue up the brakeman, 'cause I wanna slow down. That's it, I've had enough, I'm going for a run. You're never finished, never get it all done. The night's so quiet and there's only one sound. Slapping feet on the road and they won't slow down. Blacktop's wet, sun's fading from the west. Traffic is slow and it's making me stressed. Another crazy day on the merry-go-round. Throw out the anchor 'cause I wanna slow down.
Nice. I like the way that ends.
Me too. Someone has put a new ill-fitting foam cover on my microphone.
You know what I can't figure out is this might be the one that I brought from my studio, this windscreen, but I forgot to take it, and now I don't know if it's mine, but I think
no.
it fits all nice, but it's all filled with germs now from everybody.
Yep.
So what's the point, you know?
Yeah.
But
now it's theirs.
But another argument could be made that it's improving our immunity to be sharing all these germs with other DJs. Like, we're going to just be healthier.
Maybe.
I think it's all how you frame things. You know, you can make yourself feel better about stuff, and even if it's not true, if you feel better, it lifts your spirits up, and then somehow things are on the improvement scale.
My immunity is either way up or I'm going to get super sick soon, because this whole month I've been teaching dance with kids. I haven't gotten sick. And I watch them literally take their fingers out of their mouth where they've been sucking on them and grab my hand.
I love that about kids.
So, cross the circle from me. There's fingers and noses. There's bum itching. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's why some of us just don't work with children. We had children, and that was great. Wouldn't I wouldn't sell my children.
I was talking.
I might have rented children if I had known.
Yeah,
what
I
it
was talking with
involve.
I think the science teacher and the math teacher the other day, and we were talking about how like our own children's bodily fluid didn't really bother us. I mean, it's all yucky, but you know, changing your own kid's diaper or when your own kid, you know, wipes their nose on you, it's like annoying, but it's not. You don't feel that stomach twisting grossness.
But that's evolution. You know, we have to be taking care of our own children, or nobody would.
But I wasn't even able to like change my nieces or nephews' diapers without being like, ew, this poop is so much grosser than my kids. Like I would think that.
I know.
And it couldn't have been. It wasn't. It's poop. You know?
I know.
So I don't know what the deal was.
Well, you could work harder to get over that, or you could just let it lie. Just let it go. It's just one of the things about being human that doesn't make sense. It's hypocritical, and that's...
Well, we just must have some sort of chemical sense about our own children's goo.
Well, no, it's just that somebody has to take care of them, and it's going to be you.
Right.
And or else your genetic line will die. It will die in the dirt. That's how it is. So I have some gardening advice.
Okay. Good
I
season
thought it would be
for that.
important. Okay, so my gardening advice, and everybody listen up, because this is coming from the very high source.
Yeah. This won't even probably be misinformation.
Yes, this is coming from Gardenessa. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this week's gardening advice is to just let the gout weed take over.
What's gout weed?
Oh, I guess you haven't... No, you have it all over your yard.
Are you talking about that stuff that looks kind of like bamboo?
No, that's Japanese knotweed.
Right, that's bad.
I'm going to deal with that later in this...
What's gout weed?
This episode.
Is gout weed the one that smells like licorice?
No. That's like...
that's anise or something. We have that everywhere.
Right. That's okay.
I like
that's
that.
Okay.
I like to cut that and put it in cut flower arrangements because it smells nice.
Well, that's great that you're at peace with your gout weed.
I don't even know that I have gout weed.
Bishop's weed.
John has gout.
Some people call
Does that count?
No, that does not count. No, some people call it bishop's weed, but that's the variegated version of it. But anyway, so this is what I feel, that just many people fight it, and they try to dig it out, and they just waste their energy. And my recommendation is just pour yourself a nice stiff drink, or get a lemonade if you don't drink alcohol, and just sit back and just watch it grow, because, you can plant your flowers somewhere else. That's what the bottom line is. And you should take your gout weed areas and you should plant shrubs. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
I guess.
I
don't think we have any shrubs.
You don't have any perennial beds. That's why you don't have a problem with this.
Are perennials the ones that come back all the time, or those are annual? Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You're living in ignorant bliss. What do they call it?
We have some perennial beds. We have a giant lily bed. That's a perennial, right? We have giant tulip beds, but those only last a few years, and then they die, and you have to replant them.
Well, it depends. I mean, occasionally a tulip will come back for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. Occasionally. It depends. They're very moody.
Why do they only last 2 years? What a dumb
because
thing.
some of them, they're tasteful.
Yeah, the moles have been burrowing and eating them.
Yeah. But if that's a bother to you, then get daffodils, because
my sheep. Yeah, we have a daffodil bed. But
you've got for the amount of barn chores that you have, you don't want to have to be taking care of flower gardens.
No, we kind of just mow around the perimeter.
No,
they're like little circular beds here and there.
If you ever get rich, you can hire a gardener.
Ha ha ha.
I know. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't very nice.
It's okay.
So, okay, that's the end of that. I mean, I was going to say something about Japanese knotweed, but actually I don't know what to tell you about that. I just have given up on that. That's
I think you can eat it.
Yeah, it's actually, some people say that it's a remedy for Lyme disease in some form. I'm not sure what the form of that would be, but...
For real?
We'll have to do some research on it. Mm-hmm.
You'd have to eat a lot to get rid of it, though. Yeah, it would be at every meal.
No, you don't have to necessarily eat things. They can be made into tinctures or, concocted into...
But you don't need very much for a tincture, do you?
No,
Look at
because
the giant fields of this stuff.
Well, yeah, we should make paper out of it or something.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Especially on Broadbrook, there's this huge... After the flood, it took over this one area.
Why does the knotweed always come after floods? It must like that sandy, silty...
yeah, it is. It's like a first survivor. Huh. And it gets washed down.
Do any animals eat it? It seems like pandas.
Doesn't look like
pandas would eat it, but we don't seem to have a lot of pandas here right now.
Not now. No. I'm not sure why.
Maybe if we had a land bridge to Asia.
Yeah, weren't we talking about that? About
pandas
getting from
back?
Alaska over to Asia?
I spent all of my childhood thinking that Alaska was just by itself, like its own little island. Because, on the maps, it's always like just floating.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you could actually drive to Alaska. I thought it was an island like Hawaii.
Right. That would make sense.
It's just silly that it's not touching us. Like, why do we have parts of our country that we are cut off from by other countries?
Yeah.
Some things just don't make sense to me. Why don't we just give Alaska to Canada? They're nice. They deserve a present now and then.
Well, Puerto Rico really confuses me. I mean, why doesn't Puerto Rico become a state?
Okay, but that's actually an island, right? That actually is.
Yeah, but so is Hawaii. But Hawaii got to be a state.
Yeah.
So that doesn't seem fair to me.
What is Puerto Rico? A country?
No, it's like a possession.
Oh, right.
Is that what you call it, a
So is
possession?
it like a republic or something, right?
No, it's a territory. It has something to do with the United States, but doesn't get the respect it deserves.
Well, our enhanced driver's licenses can take us there. I mean, if we could drive there.
I think what happened is that the United States wanted to make some money off Puerto Rico at one point, and that they brought the corporations down there, and there was a whole transformation of the sugar industry at that time, and that has something to do with why we're there.
I think we're just too cheap to add another star to our flag. Everyone's like 50 states. We're done, man. Even if we get more.
Then if we're not going to change our flag, then we should cut Puerto Rico loose. We should just cut them loose and let them go.
Yeah.
Because they don't, we're just bankrupting them. So it's just not right. My brother was born there, so
really,
I feel it. I'm feeling it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is he have Puerto Rican citizenship?
I don't think so.
How does that work? Do you get to have citizenship wherever you're born? Like, could I just drive to Mexico and have my children there, and then they're Mexican?
Well, that's like Freya had her baby in Italy.
Yeah, but her husband's Italian, so of course he's dual anyway.
Oh, if you were had a visa,
if they were both American and he was born there, would he still get to have half Italian citizenship?
I don't know. Why don't you try it? Why don't you go up to...
I'm not having any more babies.
Go up to New Brunswick and have a baby and see what happens. That'd be interesting. Okay. Yeah, that'd be so interesting. Yeah. Yeah, just call me a coffee slut.
What? Oh, the randomness I have so missed.
No, it's that sometimes I feel like I'm just operating on the fumes of coffee.
Oh.
Not only have I drunk enough, but I've slept and dreamed of it at night.
My mission in life is to wean people off coffee. I don't really know why, because I can't really tell you why you shouldn't drink coffee.
No, but people must wean themselves.
I don't,
if they're not, it's not the right drug for everybody.
No.
You're getting high on life. We're not. The rest of us are not. So we need drugs.
I'm not really getting high on life lately.
Yes, you are. Look at you. You look great. I mean, besides the fact that you're yawning, but you're definitely high on life, and I am high on coffee. So, and that compost delivery yesterday, the 10 yards of compost, that made me feel good.
Did it smell composty, or was it very loamy and rich?
No, it's Vermont. Vermont Compost Company. It's just completely broken down. It's a miracle to behold. It really is. So, and there it was, all 10 yards of it.
They come and take our school food away at the end of the day.
Of course they do. Mm-hmm. Of course they do.
We are gonna start mandatory composting in town, I think, this year too, which is neat.
What is this, an ecology show suddenly?
No, it's happening. For years I've been like, why don't people have to compost? That would make a lot of sense.
Instead of talking about compost anymore, why don't we talk about... Let's talk about the deep web. We have a couple minutes.
I'm just checking.
You know what the deep web is? You know what I found out is that you have to have this special browser called Tors to go on the deep web.
Is this a new internet thing that I don't know about?
It's
most internet things?
Oh, it's been there.
The deep web?
Yeah, it's been there.
It's like the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah.
Of the web world?
Yeah, there's things happening down there that you wouldn't even want to know about.
Oh.
So you don't need to get the browser.
No.
Just for people who wanted to.
My ancient computer probably couldn't support the browser.
Well, I think there's some pretty sketchy people using all kinds of computers all over the world that are accessing that place, that cesspool.
Is this like the hell version of...
See, it is related. Compost,
everything.
Cesspool,
Everything's
the dark
related.
web, the deep web.
Hell.
We're off the air in 45 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So we better say goodbye. We better say what the show is.
We did. 11th Hour Radio.
Okay,
you guys have been listening to it.
And Emily Howe.
Christina Estes over there.
Yes, and we're going to play a last track of music, but you're probably not going to hear it on this broadcast, but you're going to hear it when
Too bad for you.
You're going to go to our iTunes. You're going to download us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or our website is 11thhourradio.com. You can probably find it kind of there.
Yes, you can go there. And you can also go to iTunes, download our thing, and then you will hear the full show with the track of music that I am sort of trying to get to. Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
Watching trees pass reminds me of old friends. Sun reflects white off the chrome. Driven so far I can't remember when I last saw my home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Friend's asleep in the backseat. She's tired from driving all night. I know if we can just cross that New York border, we'll make it home by first light. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Stars growing bright, feel my heart pounding inside. Lines on the road mesmerize, hypnotic feel of the road. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. The soft whisper of your breath on my neck, the moon and the stars in your eyes. Thoughts of you are driving me home. The wheels of the car, they just glide. I'm going home.